Good morning. Okay, good morning. My name's Megan. I'm the Ultimate Hype Witch. It is Friday, June 12th, and today is going to be a live meditation focused on receptivity. Right now, in the world, in society, Western society especially, we have been conditioned to constantly be on the go, to constantly be doing. And there's this inherent psychological, subconscious thought and belief that a lot of us have because we were raised in the school system and just our parents and all these inherited beliefs from society and all these things that we must earn our rest and relaxation. Like any achievement that happens, it's like it must be earned. And that has left our society as a whole very imbalanced. The right is masculine. That's our go, that's our action, that's our constant doing, and the constant need to be achieving and going after things, right? And that's all beautiful. But if we are out of balance with our left side, which is the feminine, and the feminine side is all about receiving, then we are going to continue down this trajectory, which we already are as a society, seeing this like late stage capitalism really just kind of burning and churning, constantly pushing us to consume more, to do more, to have to be more than we actually are, which is just perfect who we are. We are just perfect humans right now, humans humaning, having this beautiful spiritual human experience. And a lot of us just have never even learned what receiving is, or we think that, we must always be giving in order to receive. And like, that must be in balance. Like, we must, kind of give what you get sort of thing. Like, that karmic balance and scales of justice is definitely a part of like the spiritual law of success. Is there's a balance of giving and receiving. But if you never allow yourself to receive, or you're constantly denying yourself from receiving, even if it's just a compliment, think about how many times someone compliments you and you go, oh, like, okay. Like, you just kind of brush it off. You don't actually let it land in your body. You don't receive it, or you create an excuse for whatever they're saying, and you don't actually allow it to land inside of you. You don't allow yourself to receive it fully and allow it to enter your body. You have a barrier up and you reject it, and you don't even allow this other person to fully be able to give you what they want to give you, which is just out of the kindness of their heart. If they're giving you a compliment, right? It wasn't anything malicious. It was totally supposed to be a beautiful reflection to you, and you've rejected it. So we all have work to do in terms of receiving. We inherently should be receiving all of the time, but there's just certain things in our programming that have conditioned us to believe that we must reject it. And it has to do with our worth. It has to do what our beliefs are in terms of how we earn like income and how we earn just love and affection and attention and all of that. If you are kind of always finding yourself in relationships and dynamics where the other person's guilting you into showing up in a certain way, or they only do things if they want something from you, right? Whether it's romantic or platonic relationships, then you're going to have a hard time receiving, and that's okay. Like, you have some trauma about that, and that's cool, but the pattern doesn't break until you decide it does. So today we are going to just drop into our bodies and really focus on relaxing in our entire system and getting clear about what it is, like what area of our lives we need to be focusing on receiving more. And it doesn't have to be a huge thing. Like, I am all about small shifts. I will never sell you a quantum leap. If that happens, it's beautiful. But there's a lot of things that need to go into that in order for that to happen. And most people are not doing that. It's just new jargon in this marketing world. But small shifts lead to bigger impact in your world, in your life. And I believe that it's just about the small little micro things that can be adjusted so that you can live a more optimized and more loving and compassionate and just more aligned future for yourself. Because there's always opportunities to grow for growth, but it doesn't always have to look like completely uprooting your life and moving to a new country and all of those things. So we're going to get started. We can close your eyes. Mm. Okay, and we are going to start by keeping those eyes closed, dropping into our body, whether you're in a comfortable seat, whether you're laying down, doesn't matter to me. You are a sovereign being. And we're going to start by taking a few collective breaths together just to allow ourselves to drop in and relax further. So we'll start by inhaling through the nose and exhaling through the mouth. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. I want you to take your biggest inhale of the day fully and down through your lungs, into your stomach, into your rib cage, fully expand. And fully exhale through your mouth. And just start to check in with your body. Just making some movements around your neck, movements around your shoulders. We tend to hold a lot of stress up in there. That's where I hold a lot of mine. So it's always good to get some movement, do some yoga, do some stretches in the morning. Feel free to reach your arms up overhead, bending over to one side and the other. When you're ready, it's time to find our center again with our eyes closed. Finding some deep inhales and exhales, but just like a more natural rhythm. So many of us breathe shallow breaths. And as a somatic practitioner, I understand the importance of allowing ourselves to really go deep within our lungs so that we can expand our capacity, not only within our bodies, but within our lives. I believe the shallower we breathe is the lack of depth and breadth we have for our lives. And the deeper we breathe reflects how much space we are willing to allow ourselves to take up in this world. how much capacity we allow ourselves to expand into, and how much of our own range we allow ourselves to explore and become curious about. And ultimately, our breath and the depth of our breath shows us how much life we are open to receiving. Our breath gives us life that allows us to live on this planet. And if we're only breathing into the top of our chest and never fully inhaling and exhaling through our fullest capacity of our lungs, through our rib cage, through the back of our bodies, and just think about how much you're denying yourself in your own life. Taking a deep breath in through the nose. Exhale it fully. I'm going to start us off by asking you, what area in my life do I need to focus on receiving more? Maybe it's in your relationship. Maybe it's in your friendships. Maybe it's in community. Maybe it's in work. Maybe it's in just your relationship with yourself and your own self-worth. But I want you to just focus on one aspect for right now, the most prominent one. You can always come back to this and focus on another. And after you've decided what area you need to focus on receiving more, I want you to drop into your body and start to scan anywhere you're holding tension. So we'll start by focusing our attention above our third eye, the space between our brows, and we will imagine a bright blue light, just an orb floating right there in front of us. And as we do this body scan, we're going to imagine this blue orb entering between our brows and just softly scrubbing and oscillating throughout our body, starting in our head. We're going to just clear out any old, stuck, stagnant stories that we keep repeating inside of us. Ones that no longer serve us. Maybe it's in regards to our worthiness of having everything we desire. We're just slowly scrubbing those out. And we'll move down into our throats. And we'll allow anything we've allowed to stay stuck in our throats, to whatever we have shut down within ourselves from speaking out and sharing our truth about a situation, about a relational dynamic, about how we feel or what we think. We're just allowing ourselves to scan and just move through that area. And now we'll drop into our chest, and we'll go and split that orb, and it'll go down into our arms. Scanning that right side first, seeing if we're holding on to anything there, and just shaking it out. And we'll move on to that left side, that left arm, that left hand, that feminine side that so many of us ignore. We don't open ourselves to receive and allow all of that goodness that wants to make its way into your life. If we just clear out that side, out that hand, out that arm, we move back up into our chest and into our heart centers. So many of us hold on and have our hearts closed off to the possibilities of our lives, to our desires. So we just check in with ourselves real quick. See what's coming up and moving it out swiftly and quickly. Moving down into all of the rest of our organs, our stomach, our solar plexus, our gut. So many of us have been taught to go against our own intuition, the feminine intuition that lives within each and every one of us. We have been conditioned to question ourselves, to go against what our inner knowing is. So we're here to just let go of that old story and let a new one begin. We'll make our way down into our root, into our sacral, just clearing out all of that stagnancy. This is where we hold our power, our creativity. A lot of us don't allow ourselves to receive compliments, receive our own authority, to receive our own guidance. So we just need to release that, loosen it up. We're not trying to move it all today. This is just a beginner's guide to scanning your body and dropping in. So now we can split that orb again, and we'll go down into that right side of our legs. Just releasing all of the stagnancy, and then moving up and over to that right side, our feminine side yet again. The left side holding a lot. Most of the time we don't even recognize or acknowledge it. And we will just allow that blue light to expand out of our bodies, surround us with positivity. And now that we've done this scan, we can ask ourselves, and you're welcome to put one hand on your stomach and put your left hand out and open. Just ask yourself, how can I open myself up to receive a little bit more? What actions can I take to get out of my own way? And what's one simple shift I can do? What's one micro moment, maybe one word, maybe it's grace. We all need more of that. Maybe it's compassion. Maybe it's tenderness. Just a word or a phrase or something that's going to help you shift your perspective and allow yourself to soften just a little bit more into your human experience. And allowing more beauty, more love, more play to enter your life and become a more easeful experience for you. I fully believe that ease and grace is our birthright, that life can be very easy if we allow it to be, and that opportunities are just waiting right outside of your reach, and that we are the ones who are blocking our blessings and the experiences our soul and our heart has been craving and desiring our entire lives. It is much easier to allow yourself to deny yourself pleasure, to deny yourself that dream relationship, that dream job, that dream vacation, that new hobby. It is so much easier for you to convince yourself that you are not worthy of it, you are not deserving of it, and that you need to be doing more in your life, taking more actions in order to receive that into your life and to allow it in. So many of us have dreams that have been placed upon our hearts, have been planted in our own gardens, waiting for us to sow the seed for our entire existence. And so few of us will allow ourselves to take the time to see where it goes and how it grows and how it can evolve into something so much more beautiful and eloquent and so much more exotic and exciting than anything our simple minds could ever possibly imagine. So ask yourself, what area of your life do you need to let go of? What story do you need to let go of? What storyline? What have you convinced yourself to be true that just simply isn't and is only true because you've given it a life and a place in your heart and in your life to become true and become part of your reality? But where can you let go? Where can you release? Where can you allow yourself to shed? So many of us are just carrying so much old stories, stagnant energy, misplaced anger and resentment. And we just carry it with us for the rest of our lives. And the longer we carry it with us, the more tired we become, the more bitter we choose to see this world, the more closed off we become to new opportunities and experiences. And the easier and sooner we shut down things and blessings that want to make their way into your life. All because we have decided to hold on to this baggage, to this control. Because it's easier to hold on to the story than it is to allow a new one to step into our lives. Taking a deep breath in and exhale fully. You are worthy of everything you desire in this world. You deserve the love. You deserve the career, the money, the safety within yourself, the safe home, the abundance, the opportunities, the adventure, the creativity, the creation, the health, the vitality, the prosperity. You deserve all of it. You are worthy of everything that is inherent within you, within our divine human nature. Our souls are birthed here into this plane of existence to experience the vastness of this human condition. But at the root of all of us is this purity, this pure, inherent wisdom, and this inner knowing, and this light that shines so brightly within and outside of all of us. And sometimes we are our biggest gatekeepers. And we have to allow ourselves to release it all and step forward onto a new chapter where everything is available to us. Everything is exciting. And we know that change is inevitable, challenge is inevitable, but we said yes to that experience. And without it, we would never evolve. We would stay the same. And it is always our opportunities for growth that will be our biggest catalyst for change and ultimately allow us to step into the highest timeline where we are operating for ourselves in service of the highest good of the planet, our communities, our people, the animals, our children, and the future of the world. Now, before we go, let's put out that left palm, that left arm, and let's put our right hand over our heart or over our stomachs, whatever feels comfortable for you. And repeat after me. I am worthy of everything I desire. I am worthy of receiving. I am worthy of giving it my all. I am worthy of the love. I am worthy of the grace. I am worthy of the compassion. I am worthy of the ease. I open myself up to all of the love that wants to make its way into my life, to all of the opportunities, to all of the health, the wealth, the prosperity, the community, the adventure. And I open myself to the joy of having received it all, having lived my life to the fullest, to having expanded myself beyond my wildest dreams. I trust myself. I trust my inner knowing. I trust my intuition. And I trust where I am being guided is for the highest and best of all on this planet. You can start to make your way back to earth. You can open your eyes or keep them closed for as long as you'd like. If you liked this, check out my other YouTube videos. I have an online community as well called the Hype Hive, where everyone has a seat at the table. We are starting our Sunday devotionals. That is going to be, depending on how many people show up, about 30 minutes on Sunday mornings, where I'll be reading from some sort of reflection, spiritual meditation, or something that's short and sweet, but relates to the theme of the week and the focus of the month, whatever that may be. Currently, we're in spring. We're ending spring. Oh my gosh, in the next week, I can't believe this. Summer is here. And we'll just focus our attention on contemplating where in the past week we had an opportunity for growth and how that reading allows us to just kind of shift and see where we could have done better. And then we will set our own intentions about how we can show up for our week ahead and apply that to our week and show up in a more compassionate, loving, and graceful way. Workshops that are going to be happening soon. We'll have a poetry workshop where we either come together and share our own poetry that we've written or our favorite poetry. Just feel the need for more sharing our creations and sharing more of our yearning and just passions like that and romanticizing life a little bit more. Accountability calls will start soon as well. So if you have some sort of creative project or just in life in general, you want to be holding yourself accountable to something, you can join. Those will be on Tuesdays. They start soon. Um, just more and more things are going to be added slowly but surely. And there are Monday meditations that happen within the Hive as well that relate to the theme, have invocations, journal prompts, all of the things that you might be looking for in order to build connection within yourself and with other like minded individuals who are here to help shape the future of our planet. I am available if you have any questions. If you like this meditation, feel free to subscribe or tell your friends, share it, comment, like it, all of the things. My name's Megan. I'm the Ultimate Hype Witch, and I hope you have a magical weekend.